not going to say anything. I'm just going to play a little intro that I have, courtesy of Discovery Canada. Here we go. Hope the volume's okay. I might have to adjust
I can adjust it here.
Okay. Also, in case we get an ad. Because
there's always something.
You want to turn it up a bit?
In the Florida Everglades that you just don't know what was that, or did that make a sound, or you can't put your foot on exactly what it is.
I love this guy's
In
accent.
the depths of the Florida Everglades, tales of a strange and mysterious creature have lurked since the 1800s.
Supposedly a creature that is primate, ape-like.
They got a smell. It's a definite odor. Smells like a wet dog or a goat, maybe.
A hairy,
goat,
reeking
maybe.
beast. Is it man-monster or myth? And what is this elusive creature called?
What is this?
Skunk Ape! Skunk Ape! Skunk Ape!
Did he say
Did he have a stroke?
Wait, can we... I'm going to back that up a little bit.
Yeah, I want to hear this name
Back
again.
that up a little bit.
I want to
'cause
hear
this
this
is
name
this
again.
is what our
Creature
unsolved
called.
segment is this month, guys.
Skunk Ape! Skunk Ape! Skunk Ape!
Romp.
Did
So what is he
Okay,
saying there,
so-
Kyle?
Skunk Ape.
Yep.
What
But he
we're going to
opened-
discuss now
We're
is
talking about
a,
the infamous skunk ape. Skunk
Yeah.
ape tonight,
Skunk
ladies and
ape.
gentlemen.
I like the way he said it the first time.
it's a very mythical cryptid sort of creature that naturally, I'm sorry to talk too much about Florida, but
We're back to Florida.
I'm shocked.
and it seems to be pretty real. Let's start off by, I'll give you a quick description. Now this comes from a self-proclaimed Jane Goodall of the Florida Everglades. His name's Dave Sheely. And Sheely,
Wait a second.
unfortunately,
Did you just say a self-proclaimed
that's not something-
Jane Goodall
I'm
of the
pretty sure
Florida
that's what this
That's
Everglades?
not something you get to self-proclaim.
You do
I'm
not
just-
get
You can't
to
be like, I'm a
self-proclaim that at all.
self-proclaimed
this
doctor.
is just what I mean. If you thought that was bad, wait until you hear about the rest of his existence,
no.
because Dave Sheely has spent his entire life studying a smelly hominid cryptid known as the skunk ape.
They really want you to know it smells
Yeah,
bad.
and
like
not
they're
only
driving
that,
that home.
he spent his entire life doing that. He also established the official skunk ape research headquarters
Oh
in
my
Okeechobee,
God.
Florida. Here he conducts studies, investigates reports on sightings, and brings awareness, because we definitely need more awareness,
Yeah.
to the elusive creature of the Everglades. So, the skunk ape, it seems like it's a distant relative, or maybe close relative, of Bigfoot.
Sounds like it.
Okay, and obviously a lot of people think it's fake, but there are some pictures
Yeah, I
out
wonder
there,
why people
and
think it's fake.
there are some pictures out there that were taken in 2001, and let me find a quote. So it says, in mid-February of 2001, a number of reporters in Florida began publishing stories of an unnamed woman who had seen an unusual ape-like entity stealing apples off of her back porch near the Miaka River in Sarasota County. So they call it the Miaka skunk ape.
So I
Um,
think this is just a fucking stinky monkey that somebody
I
found.
think it's just a
Yeah.
smelly homeless man.
Now,
Or just a smelly
That's what
homeless
I think.
man.
I think it's just a
Didn't
smelly
you say,
homeless
did you,
man
did you
stealing
say
apples.
7 feet tall?
I'm getting there.
Okay,
There
sorry.
are,
I'm
there
sorry.
are,
I'm sorry.
oh no, it's
I'm getting
okay.
ahead of myself
It's
here with
okay.
the skunk ape.
There are pictures. This one I can't really.
We can't really show it off.
I can't
too
really
well.
show it
Yeah.
too well, but you know, it looks sort of. Where's the other one that I have? Because I don't know what I did with it, but it's sort of. It looks like.
I
It's
imagine like
definitely
Bigfoot,
ape-like, okay?
right? Like
Yeah. So, but more like, a lot of people when they first saw these pictures said that's an orangutan. Okay. So imagine that kind
so like
of.
real
and it
long
sort of
arms.
had now. The pictures
a
that I
big-
see here, they have it has sort of black fur,
Okay.
but a lot of them say in the sunlight it looks sort of more reddish, which would
Orangutan,
sound
yeah.
like. But
An
orangutans get 7 feet tall.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
honestly
don't
know.
think they do. Look
Are
it up.
there
Look it
orangutans
up.
naturally in Florida?
I
I don't
don't-
think so.
I
Did,
don't know.
Did any
That's
escape
another good
from a
point.
zoo at any point?
But while you're looking
How do you
that
spell
up,
orangutan?
Orangutan.
orange with no e,
Orangutang.
utan,
Orang.
orang utan.
That's not right.
What is that?
Okay, anyway, so they've got some pictures of
you spell it the French way? Left
of
out
this
all
Miaka
the
skunk
sounds?
ape.
Don't worry
and
about it.
He's in a crouching position, sort of standing up in the bushes, and the flash
They
goes
don't get that
off,
tall.
and
Four-
you can see its teeth also
4.5
in
feet.
these pictures. See,
Ooh, shit.
Nowhere
so
near-
maybe this
nowhere near
is
as
just
tall.
a.
You need to Google skunk ape. I need to see pictures of this.
Oh, yeah. You want to
I
see some
need to
pictures of the skunk
Either
ape?
way.
Skunk ape.
I can show you some pictures of the skunk ape.
The one thing that they've been consistent about is that this thing smells like
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
apparently.
And the
There it
woman that
is.
took the pictures said, "I judge it as being about 6.5
There's
to
the skunk
7
ape.
feet tall." So you guys have a picture up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at.
If you're hearing this, you need to look up
Google
right now.
Skunk Ape.
Wherever you're at, wherever you're listening to this right now.
Unless you're driving.
Look up skunk. Unless you're driving, don't pull
Not
over.
even then.
No,
We're
but
going
no,
all
pull
out.
over. Pull over.
Yeah,
to look this
this
up.
might
Don't
be
do it
worth
while
pulling
driving.
over.
Pull over. Look up the skunk ape. This looks fake as shit. What are you
It
talking
does.
about?
It
This looks
looks
so
super
fucking
fake.
fake.
What are you saying?
This looks like a drawn picture. What do you mean? This looks
No.
so ridiculously
No.
It
fake.
doesn't look.
That's the realest picture I've ever seen.
So like maybe.
And then the pictures that are like
Maybe.
hard to tell if it's a skunk ape
Those
or
are the
just like
clearest.
pictures of furry stuff
Yep.
in the bushes.
Hear me out on this.
Mhm.
Maybe this guy who founded this like center for
Yeah, Dave
research
Shealy.
is actually doing something good, and the Everglades are in danger of
Mhm.
shrinking or being
Yeah.
lost to
Mhm.
industrialization, and maybe this is a way of trying to garner interest. You know,
Maybe.
it could be that.
Or
He's got a little pop-up stand on the road, he
Or-
says, where he sells all sort of
Guys, we gotta make
that's
a road
his
trip.
research center.
We gotta
actually.
make a road trip to this research center. I feel like
Well,
I need to know everything about.
Didn't you
Skunk
find
Ape.
some more out about Dave?
Oh, I'll get there, but let me just
Oh,
tell you
shit.
this final quote. The woman that supposedly saw it and snapped those pictures that you were just looking at.
Yeah.
She says, enclosed. She sent these to reporters at the Tampa Tribune, and she says, enclosed. Please find some pictures I took. My husband thinks it is an orangutan. Is someone missing an orangutan? It is in a crouching position in the middle of standing up from where it was sitting. That's what crouching is, but it froze as soon as the flash went off. I heard the orangutan. So she even
Thinks
is
it's-
calling it
Yeah,
an
she just thinks
orangutan.
it's strip.
I heard the orangutan walk off into the bushes. I judge it as being about 6.5 to 7 feet tall. And
That's
as soon
fucking
as I
huge.
realized how close it was, I got back to the house. It had an awful smell that lasted well after it had left my yard. The orangutan was making deep whoomp noises.
Whoomp.
Yeah, that's WOOMP.
Whoomp,
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 And for
whoomp,
2 nights
yeah.
prior, it had been taking apples that their daughter brought back down.
Oh,
to
what a
them.
fucking dick.
Yeah, it kept taking
Why
What a
are they
apples
just
off their
leaving
back
apples
porch.
in the back porch? Who the
I
fuck
think
does
it
that?
says their daughter was bringing them down and like giving them to them, but leaving them on their
Oh,
back porch.
gotcha.
And I assume they were just leaving them out there. It's still stupid. but you
Yeah,
don't
it
store
makes a
apples
little more
outside,
sense.
especially in Florida.
I love how she's like, is anybody missing an orangutan?
Mhm.
Not like, did one escape from a zoo? Did we
No,
lose
did
one? She's
anybody,
just like, yo, is
yo.
anybody missing an orangutan?
she
Did
said-
anybody
says-
lose their pet orangutan?
We got a dog back there now, and as far as I can tell, it hasn't been back.
I would be
So
worried
the
about
skunk
leaving my
ape-
dog out there.
The skunk ape
The skunk ape
maybe
ate their
took,
fucking
now,
dog?
This is let's just go ahead and say this is from SasquatchChronicles.com.
Let's just throw that out there for everyone.
But they obviously don't want any fuss or people with guns traipsing
course
around
not, of
behind
course
their
not.
house. And
Listen, we
does?
don't want you guys looking too hard into
now
this.
in
It's cool.
2001 they were worried why people hadn't been alerted that an orangutan or an animal this size was out running around.
Yeah.
And so that brings us to today. And as I've already said, Dave Shealy, the Jane Goodall of Florida Everglades.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to
He's-
specify that every single
He's
time.
got his own Skunk Ape research headquarters
Yeah.
in Florida, and he's become
Wait a second.
expert.
Wait a fucking
He's
second.
become an expert.
Did you just tell me
Yes.
that the self-proclaimed Jane Goodall of the Everglades has his own
Yes.
skunk ape research
Yeah, that's
facility?
what we're talking about.
I
We
got
gotta,
the address here if anybody
gotta
lives
go
in
there.
Florida and wants to visit it.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize this is exclusively dedicated to
To
skunk
Skunk
ape and skunk
Oh,
ape
yeah,
only
Yeah.
the
research.
official Skunk Ape research headquarters.
Are there baby skunk apes? Are
Let
there
me,
more
uh,
than one skunk apes?
They've
I
got a
mean,
website. It
Theoretically, it could be the
appears
last of the species.
skunkape.info if anybody else wants to look it up. Oh boy, that's-
Skunkape.info, huh?
he's got a gift
Interesting.
shop.
Oh, of course he fucking has a
what's he
gift
got?
shop.
A
Of
gift
course,
shop
that's the
with
first fucking thing
alligator
you see is the
products.
gift shop.
Alligator products?
A
That
gift
doesn't
shop with
seem-
alligator products.
That doesn't make
Interesting.
any
So you
goddamn
can get
sense.
some alligator bone knives with beads, alligator purse, alligator money clip, alligator
So he's like
skull.
protect the Everglades except alligators
So with,
because
yeah,
fuck those guys.
and it's all about the skunk ape, but he doesn't sell any skunk ape merchandise
Right.
in his. He gives tours,
Oh, okay.
gives tours of the Everglades, so that's actually
Alright,
pretty
that's
cool.
Yeah, I mean,
He
I would take
does,
some tours of the Everglades.
yeah.
They're really dangerous.
Ecotourism.
Yeah, I'd be terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Looks
when I
like
like
he
Dave.
goes canoing,
Yeah, that would scare me.
kayaking,
Okay.
He does it
He's a
all.
fit
fishing
man.
with all of them.
He's a fit and
Now
active
this is actually pretty cool. The Everglades Adventure Tours. So, unfortunately, you have to go to the Skunk Ape Research Center to do
What
that.
do you mean? Unfortunately,
He's
I
got his
think
own zoo.
we
It
need to
looks like.
go.
But he just has
Ooh.
one.
Wait a second.
He just
He
has
has his
one
own zoo?
picture. It just says all I see is a tab that says zoo, and when I click on it, it's just a picture of an alligator. So
A single alligator.
it's not very clear.
Okay.
camping.
Here's my zoo. It's my pet.
They got a campground there, Trail Lakes Campground. But anyway, so he says, Sheely is aware that the skunk ape, like its alleged distant relative Bigfoot, is considered by many to be a figment of imagination. You don't say. The National Park Service even refers to the creature as nothing more than a local myth. He says, despite the lack of serious attention paid to his cause, Sheely insists that there are 7 to 9 skunk apes currently living in the
7
Everglades.
to 9.
Yeah, 7 to 9.
What is this guesstimate based on?
And he has been working tirelessly to document their existence.
Oh my god.
I want to know what he's basing this on. Like, has he
his research? He's
His
out there. In the
What
Everglades.
research?
Yeah, well, what research is he?
What research
His
has proven?
research.
Like, oh man, maybe the skunk ape does
I mean,
exist.
well, I don't know.
I think
You'd
there's
have to ask. Should we give him a call?
7 to 9.
Do you have
of
Dave's
them.
number?
Probably not. But we could call the
I could
probably
research
find
center.
I feel like you could probably find Dave's
Oh, the
number.
research
Yeah.
center? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
At least that. And knowing him, he's probably working there. It says, the skunk ape earns its name for its unusual odor, which some have likened to the smell of rotting garbage,
Oh.
methane, or quite simply,
Oh.
skunks.
Okay.
Some researchers attribute the mammal's odor to its natural habitat of alligator dens filled with swamp gas and animal cadavers.
Wait, so they think they live in alligator dens? They say
Maybe
that's
that's what the
their
alligators are
natural...
I
related
think
for.
so, or just because they
Habitat?
live in the Everglades, maybe there are a lot of
But
alligator
they
dens
specifically
and
said dens.
Yeah.
Like, do they have like evidence of these?
maybe they do. They must.
Like, do they cohabitate? Or are they enemies? Are
Hey,
they
there
friends?
we go.
I have a lot of questions about this. Are
Maybe
Also,
do they like hunt together? Are
Let
they
me out.
buddies?
skunk ape and an alligator versus an army of turtles.
Oh shit, that's the
we
ultimate.
gotta figure out
Whoa,
what kind of
hold on,
turtles
hold
though.
on,
That's
hold
the
on,
big
hold on.
question.
Let's hold on.
Okay.
Let's think about this.
Okay.
Here. Okay, so we're gonna go through one by one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna say skunk ape versus army of turtles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to present your reasoning for why yours would win.
Okay.
All right, and we're gonna start with you, Paige.
So, couple questions.
Real quick, can we designate an amount of turtles in this army?
Yes. We need to get some specifics out.
20,000.
Because we know what a skunk ape is, so we got to get
Yeah.
some specifics on
Yeah.
the turtles. So we'll say you got like because it's an army, right?
Yeah.
What would you consider an army of turtles? Both of you.
20,000.
Yes.
20,000 armed turtles.
I would consider.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
100?
I'm pretty sure. Like the guy in the article maybe has 28.
How about,
turtles.
let's put it this way.
like for real? I
Let's
think
put it
his
this
armies
way.
of like 28 turtles at the most.
What number of turtles coming at you would make you afraid?
I feel like it need to be like a sea.
Like if you
of
saw
turtles
30,
coming at me.
if you saw 30 coming straight for you.
If I saw 6
you
turtles walking towards me, I'd freak the fuck
Dan
out.
doesn't like turtles.
Okay. Then there you go. So Dan would you'd make it
Well, let's start it
you'd
off.
make
with,
it
let's
6
start off
turtles
with
as an
you,
army.
Paige, though.
Okay.
So it's 6 turtles. 6 turtles is an army, right? You can throw like 1 or 2
6.
snapping turtles in there. The rest are just
Ooh.
regular turtles because we don't know for sure.
Okay.
Go.
Does the skunk ape have an alligator with it?
No, it's skunk ape.
But we thought they might.
this. We don't know.
cohabitate.
We don't know. We don't know.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with fucking. I'm
Do
gonna go with
hypotheticals.
skunk ape.
You're going with skunk ape.
I'm going with skunk
And
ape.
why?
Because if it is like an orangutan, then like they can be peaceful and chill and not eat meat, but they could also literally just like rip my arms off
Yeah.
from their sheer insane strength.
They could probably
Not to mention the mobility.
Not to mention the mobility.
I
So,
mean, this says maybe this might help your decision.
is this
also.
Dave? Dave?
Yeah,
Dave
according
and
to
his
Sheely, I'm assuming he gets this from his extensive research.
Yeah, I'm sure.
An average male skunk ape reportedly stands 6 to 7 feet tall and weighs roughly 450 pounds. Females are
That's fucking
considerably
huge.
smaller,
Yeah.
standing only
Wow.
5 to 6 feet and weighing only up to 250 pounds. So,
Okay, yeah, my vote's still on skunk ape.
Still on
for
skunk ape? What about you?
sure, Yeah.
I think skunk ape too.
I think we all are gonna vote skunk ape because
Yeah.
this is what a skunk ape would do. It would just take those turtles and just smash them on
yeah.
its
It
Well,
leg.
just step on 'em
unfortunately,
or eat
without
'em.
the Blastoise
So let's up
cannons
it.
on the back, the turtles aren't.
They're
scared.
Let's up
doomed.
it then.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
up
they're
it then.
doomed.
20,000 turtles.
20,000 turtles.
20,000 turtles
Paige?
wins.
20,000 turtles definitely seems like it could overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the skunk ape could also just chuck them endlessly.
Like
just
kick
every
them?
time, just boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Just
I mean,
throw
7
'em.
feet's big,
Yeah.
but there are humans out there that are 7 feet. and
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, absolutely.
That's
probably
true.
pushing that weight.
Like
too. Just look
Andre
at
the
basketball
Giant is
players.
massive.
I'm just
Andre
thinking
the Giant
normal
is
ass
dead.
basketball players.
So
I started Big Fish the other day again, that movie, and
I'm
it's got
familiar
that
with
one
Big
guy,
Fish.
yeah.
that giant in there,
Mhm.
and he's dead too,
yeah,
unfortunately.
gigantism isn't good for the
Nope.
body.
So are you going with
Longevity.
20,000 turtles as well?
Yeah, I just
So that was your final answer, right?
I
20,000
can't see.
turtles.
Mine, I
20,000
think
is
that
too
time was
many.
still Skunk Ape.
Skunk Ape, really? I think I'd go 20,000 turtles.
I
Like,
feel like it
good
could
fucking
just-
luck with 20,000
That's
anything.
true. I feel like it could
Yeah.
get over.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it depends on the turtle, as we discussed earlier.
If it's
Oh,
like
totally. If it's
20,000
just like a
snapping
normal-
turtles,
There's
I'm
various
totally
turtles.
pet
We got some
store
sea
turtle.
turtles even in there, and sea turtles are fucking big.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
they're nice.
Yeah, but they're like, can
I'm
you,
sure they'd
can
defend
you lift a
themselves
sea turtle?
if they
I
had
don't
to.
know
They
if
got
they
big.
would.
They got big.
Can you lift a sea
mouths.
turtle?
No.
Exactly.
I couldn't lift a
They're
skunk
like
ape,
millions
though,
of years old
either.
too. They probably know magic.
Probably.
That's a really good point. to
Anyway,
make.
so both sexes are covered in long reddish or black hair, similar to that of orangutan or gorilla, and they stand upright on two legs like Bigfoot. So they've got castings of their footprints, which show they have 4 toes on each foot. They've got stool samples
Sweet.
that
Ew.
indicates
How do they
that
know
they're-
it's them?
It's just
How do they
just
know it's their
do-
it's just
stool
probably
samples?
some
Research.
homeless dude's poop.
It
all of
really
his
probably
research.
is.
Research.
I need some.
Well, check this out.
research.
Yeah,
Check
sources
this out.
on his
let's,
research.
Let's just assume that Dave Shealy is being 100% honest. Okay,
That's a
Yeah.
bold assumption, but
Yeah.
okay.
I know it is, but let's just assume. It says seasonal stool samples have indicated that their omnivorous diet consists of bird nestlings, wild hogs, and native berries. So, if this is to be believed, something out there is
Interesting.
eating wild hogs.
All right.
That's pretty impressive because
Yeah.
those things will fuck you up.
I know.
Yeah.
So that line right there makes me think that
they'd fucking win.
the skunk ape
yeah.
would beat
Yeah.
20,000
Skunk ape
turtles.
would be-
Yeah, dude, they're
Mhm.
intense.
All right. Well, maybe the skunk ape's got an advantage. Is
I
that,
want to know how he's doing this research and what his guesstimate on how many
That's a
they
good
are,
question.
and where the alligator den stuff comes into
and
play.
where he's getting
worry,
this
I've got
fucking
a little
money?
bit-
How is he being
I've got a
funded?
little
Oh, you
bit
got a
more
little bit more?
information.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
a little
Alright.
bit more.
Let's get a
Throw
little
it
bit
at
more
us.
on the skunk ape.
So, let's just say, let's go back to when Shealy was 10. Okay,
Oh,
that's when he had his first sighting.
Mhm.
Okay,
yeah.
His first sighting
now
of the skunk
it
ape.
doesn't give much information on what the sighting was like or
Right.
anything. Not on this article, at least. I'm sure we could find it, but he's been documenting his methods on how to bait skunk apes, how to get them to
Okay.
come out, how to get them to approach you, so you can sight them. He's compiled these tips into his Everglades Skunk Ape Research Field Guide,
Oh shit, you guys.
which is both sold online. So if you wanna
Okay.
if you wanna pick one of those up, we can. and we can
Alright.
flip through it. I'm sure it's
We might want to do that for a
We
deep
might
dive
need
later
to,
on.
yeah.
yeah. And you can also buy them at the Ochope headquarters for anybody that's near there in Florida.
Okay.
Such tips include instructions on properly wetting lima beans, a skunk ape's favorite treat, and a reminder to store
Wetting
deer
lima beans.
liver
Properly wetting
on
lima
ice.
beans.
Deer
Deer
liver,
liver
on
on
ice.
ice.
So
Sweet
yeah,
tips.
so those are the
Specific.
two big tips.
Sweet fucking tips, Dave.
That's so specific.
Thank
Deer
you so
liver
much,
on. What
Dave,
about
for
other
those
liver?
fucking tips, buddy.
What about chilled but
I
not on
appreciate
ice?
it.
He says that even though he's created skunk ape baiting tactics, he is vehemently opposed to the poaching or capturing of these mystical creatures.
Okay.
He recommends that anybody who encounters a skunk ape should
Don't prove that it doesn't exist.
should
basically.
wait 5 days before publishing their findings or
Why?
before publicizing their findings.
Give
Why?
it enough time to get away, I
he's-
guess.
yeah, that's exactly it. So as to give
Are
the
they
skunk
completely
ape
nomadic?
sufficient time
Oh,
to
okay.
leave the area.
Well, if they live in dens and shit, then
So-
they're not like nomadic.
Oh, they read the news.
this is convenient
So they know when to
because
leave.
True.
this means that nobody can prove that he's lying or
Yeah, exactly.
That
They're
They
like,
also
that's
can't
make
prove
sure the
that he's
skunk ape
telling the
leaves,
truth.
so that
Yeah.
we can't just prove it's just
Yeah.
an orangutan. That's
But
a
if
little
there's only 7, I mean, how big? Can we look up how big the Florida Everglades are? Is that
big, they're
possible?
pretty-
fucking
they're
massive.
I know.
The Florida Everglades
Yeah.
are massive.
So this dude, he's
Let's see what I can
I
find.
mean 7 to
have
9
it
is
open
just
right
an
now.
assumption. If they're living in alligator dens, there
Which
could
I
be-
need to
there could
know
be
more
dozens
about that.
more.
Like,
Yeah.
I need to know, how does he know how many there are? And do they cohabitate with alligators? Or
They
do
must.
they fight with them over their dens?
area is 7,800 miles. The Florida Everglades.
Yep.
So the Everglades are
Squared.
massive. I mean, listen, there's probably some weird shit out in the Florida Everglades, and maybe that this skunk ape does exist. But you know what? I don't think Dave's really the person to research it.
Well, you know,
He doesn't seem as qualified as he lets off.
that's the thing is that I think after reading more about this, I think that Dave's sort of using this to get more people to recognize
The Everglades.
the Everglades
whatever.
and the
Yeah.
problems
You
that
guys
they
are-
have.
Which
and
I'd be
the
fine
eco-
with.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah, yeah.
method you want to get people interested in
But I hope
conservation
that
efforts,
he's
that's
telling the
awesome.
truth.
You guys are definitely giving
I hope
Dave the
that he's
benefit
telling
of
the
the
truth.
doubt.
Yeah.
I like Dave.
I like that he's the Jane
if
Goodall
you
of
want-
the Everglades.
If you want, we can listen to just a little bit more of this.
Go out on
video.
a little bit more
It
of the
was,
skunk ape.
was that him talking when he goes like, wrong
I'm not
ape?
sure if
Like,
that
was that him?
but he is in one of these
Oh
videos.
my God.
Listen to a little bit more of this.
Florida, home home to the Kong of the swamps. Okay, not quite as big as the guy in the movie.
The skunk ape is really the Florida version of the Bigfoot.
Here in the
Don't
Sunshine
say.
State is also
This is
where
Dave.
this full-time skunk ape
is
hunter
Dave. This is our
has
boy.
turned his campgrounds
What has
into
Dave
the
got to say?
research
Wanna hear him
headquarters.
talk.
As much as I'm looking for skunk apes, I'm also looking for pythons.
Pythons,
Yes, ma'am.
diamondback rattlesnakes.
Oh my, there's more?
There's more. My name's Dave Shealy. I'm the lead researcher at Skunk Ape Research Headquarters. When I was 10 years old, I was hunting with my brother Jack, and he saw something in the distance. So he picked me up where I could see over the grasses, and in the distance, I saw a figure about 7 feet tall.
That's
covered
just a
with
gorilla.
hair, little lunged
Oh.
over, walking
shit.
across the marshland.
He's been
intense.
relentlessly searching for signs ever since.
What?
And over 2 decades after that first encounter,
2 decades.
He's only-
claimed to get the proof he had been waiting
He's
for.
only
He's
30.
not gotten
Okay.
any
I
proof.
spent
I need to-
6
you can't tell
months
me
out
this
in the
guy's only
Everglades
30.
in the area where there had been sightings,
I need to
and I
turn
got
this around
lucky.
a little
I
bit.
filmed
You can
a,
see this.
7-minute video.
Clearly.
Pretty dramatic footage.
His proof is a
Clearly
shadow,
Who saw the
a
video
shadow
was
in
right.
the background that you can barely see what's going on. Is his proof for the
Mhm.
existence of a skunk ape.